Hi Dara. Look, this video will be very quick, and hopefully it's the last one I have to send you on anyway for a bit. Hope the videos are helpful in the sense that just makes it a little bit easier than you obviously having to take time out of your day to do a phone call if there's any issues. But this is the final model car. I know I sent you on a couple of versions, but just added a couple of colors here and things like that and make things stand out. So here's the final model car. And what I've done is I'm going to send you on once again the main part here, the bit that needs to be machined out of the model block. But I've also got the car, and just to explain the process here, I've got a little file here of an exploded view, essentially, if you imagine all the parts pulled apart. So what we've got back here is the rear spoiler. The rear spoiler, as you can see, will just slot onto there, and that part will be 3D printed. I know you said you've probably got better 3D printers there, so we probably will make use of that if that's possible. Well, look, it's only a small piece. I'd imagine they don't take too long. Here's the front spoiler, and you can see where the front spoiler, there's a little slot taken out of the front spoiler there, you can see, and that slots on there. And what we have is a little hole there where we've already bought them. They're little magnets. They're 6 mil diameter by 3 mil depth. So one magnet will slot down there, and the other one will slot up inside here. We'll glue them in, and the idea is that that's meant to snap onto it, and obviously using a magnet. That's kind of the concept the guys have gone with. Okay, so that's those two parts, front and rear spoiler. There's obviously the main body, as you can see. Okay, that's the main body there. And then a couple little adjustments then from previous video. I have a little portion, just a little rectangular slot taken out here, there, and also at the back. Sorry, battery nearly gone here now. A little rectangular slot, and the reason that rectangular slot is because this guy here. So you've got this little pink guy in the middle. That's called what we're calling the wheel support mechanism. Now that's probably the most complex structure, and I assume the only way of possibly making that is once again maybe 3D printed. We've got one at the front and we have one at the back. Now they're not the same, unfortunately. The one at the back, based on the shape of the car, the bit in the middle there is slightly longer. Now, the idea with that is that this is the wheel support, so that'll just glue on there. Okay, we'll use a super glue. And at either end, then, as it comes out, this is the bit that will kind of go into the wheel. But we've a little bit here, and this is a little bearing. Now, we just did a little mini mock up of the bearing, okay? So, the idea is obviously the inside part there will slot onto that guy there. That's kind of the idea. That'll be kind of just stuck on. And then the outside race, well, that's going to glue into the inside of this guy here, and it all matches up, okay? So, the diameters will all need to match up, and they're the wheels. And that's the concept for our wheels. Okay, so that goes onto that, then this goes on there, and you can see kind of the mechanism at the other side. And that's the idea. The bearings, we've already bought them, they're on the way. They are these guys. So full ceramic bearings, and the one we went with is a 3 by 7 by 3. So what does that mean? That means that the inner diameter, okay, so for the hole there in the middle, that's the 3 mil, and then the outer race is the 7 mil. Okay, so that's kind of what we went with. I hope that all kind of makes sense there, Dara, and that's helpful in the sense of the idea that we're going with. We've about kind of 6, 7 weeks now to the competition, but obviously, look, the sooner the better. But look, not to be putting pressure on yourselves, and apologies for that, not to be sounding like that, but yeah, that's look the concept, Dara. I hope these are things that you can maybe possibly help us with as well. It'd be brilliant, and obviously we've kind of designed it in such a way that it can all be just made in one go, and obviously then we'd assemble it here at school. That would be the kind of concept. These things here are the tether line guides. That's where the wire has to go through, so everything just assembles back together there. So you can see there's the assembly. That was the explode view, and that's kind of when it all assembles together. This is the idea then with the car. You have a little hole here at the bottom where the wire goes through, and that's the shape. Okay. Think we actually, in fairness, we think we did quite well. But look, let me know if there's any issues with that there, and I hope this video helps. And sure, look, I'll speak to you soon. Thank you.